What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I'm here to do my first of three scouting report videos today. I think it's three, if I'm not mistaken. I got three left to do for the week. This one is going to be for the Houston Texans, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. The Texans did lose this week. Not much of a surprise because they're not a very good team, and, rookie third-round pick quarterback, etc., rebuild, a lot of drama going on with them. Obviously not a very good team. They lost to the Indianapolis Colts, who are now 2-4 on the season by a margin of 31-3, so they absolutely got destroyed. They are now 1-5 on the season. Let's get into this a little bit more. Obviously, we don't care about Indy anymore since we already played them, but Houston had 353 total yards, giving up 388. They had 229 passing and given up 214. They had 124 on the ground, giving up 174. They were 4.8 yards per play, giving up 8.1. Jesus. The Texans lost one fumble and threw two interceptions while also allowing two sacks, but they did get two on their side of the defense. They did have a 52% third down conversion rate, which is obviously pretty good, and held the Colts to only 30. And they did have the ball for 34-33 to the Colts 25-27. 4 penalties for Houston, 2 for Indy. Obviously, Indy came out on top. All right, so just to add a little bit of context to the defensive side of the ball, we will take a look at the Colts. Carson Wentz was 11 for 20, 223, and 2 touchdowns. Efficient, not very, bulky there in the stat line, but he was efficient. Jonathan Taylor had 14 rushes for 145 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 10-4 average. Jesus Christ. Nyheim Hines, 4 rushes for 13 yards and a 3-3. Marlon Mack, 5 rushes, 12 yards, and a 2-4. And the receiving game, T.Y. Hilton led the way, 4-4 for 80 yards. Paris Campbell, 1 for 51 and a touchdown. Michael Pittman, 2 of 3 for 35. Mo Alley Cox, 1 of 3 for 28 and a score. Jonathan Taylor, 1 of 2 for 13. And so, look, the Texans are just not a very good team, man. And this is a team that the Dolphins 100% should win against. And it's another one of those teams, much like the Jags, where there really is no excuse for losing to the Texans. Let's see. Davis Mills was 29 for 43, 243 yards, 2 interceptions. Mark Ingram had 18 carries for 73 yards and a 4-1. Philip Lindsay, 7 carries for 39 yards and a 5-6. Brandon Cooks led the way in receiving, 9 of 13 for 89. Nico Collins, 4 of 6 for 44. Jordan Atkins, 4 of 6 for 41. Philip Lindsay, 2 of 2 for 15. David Johnson, 1 of 2 for 14. Chris Moore, 4 of 5 for 14. And Chris Conley, 1 of 2 for 10. But again, as I've been saying, right now there are no gimme games for the Dolphins, with as bad as they've been, not just with the players on the field and the execution, but also, of course, the coaching and all of that stuff. So, personally, as of right now, I'm not super sure that we win this game, although it's definitely one that they should win. I likely will be predicting a victory when we get to that point, but they should have beat the Jags. There was no reason to lose against the Jags, and they did. So we'll see how it goes. And especially, though, too, because this is actually a team that we beat them in a lot of categories. Not every category. There are categories that they do beat us in statistically, but there are a lot that we actually beat them in. It's one of the few teams that happens to be the case. And so anyway, let's get into this, though. For total yards, they have 1,766, which has them at 27th. 294.3 per game, which is 29th. Total passing, they have 1,328 on the year, which is 28th. 221.3 per game, which is 30th. In rushing, they have 523, which is 25th. 87.2 per game, which is 26th. Points, they have 92 total and 15.3 per game, which is good for 31st in the league. Defensively, they're giving up 391.2 yards per game, which is 26th. Passing, 259.8, which is 15th. Rushing, they're giving up 141.3, which is 31st. Points per game, it's 28.7, which is 26th or 22nd with ties. They have 8 takeaways on the season, which is 12th or 7th with ties. 6 interceptions, which is 10th, 6th with ties. 2 fumbles, which is 26th or 6th with ties. Sacks, they have 10, which is 27th or 11th with ties. Passes defense, they have 20, which is 23rd or 11th with ties. And third down percentage, they are giving up 40.6%, which is 16th. So, you know, by the time, and look, honestly, interestingly enough, there is a very real and possible scenario in which Deshaun Watson ends up being the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins in this game against the Texans, because we play the Texans November 7th, and if the Dolphins trade for Deshaun Watson by the November 2nd deadline, I do think that he will end up starting for the team. We'll see. As you guys know, I do not want them to trade for Deshaun Watson. Go and watch my previous video a couple days ago about it if you want the full, my full opinion, but I don't want them to. I think it's a foolish thing for this Dolphins team and organization to do. But at the same time, I also think that it is going to happen. I don't want it to happen, but I think it's going to happen. So anyway, and then just real quick, just take a look at the offensive and defensive league standings for the Dolphins as it stands right now, just so you can do a little bit of comparative analysis to see how we stack up with them. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. Oh, real quick, before I do get out of here, let me make sure that I mention Rave On Sports, the new fan-based, fan-driven sports app that is looking to enhance your game day experience with live game play-by-play, as well as live chats with other fans and content creators like myself. So make sure you check out the links in the description box to get the app. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comments section. And of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at DillonTartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Phins up.